Hey class, 3D animation week 5. So first off, I want to again apologize to everybody for kind of throwing our schedule off a little bit. It's been a little busy for me over here. I was traveling for work, and I was planning on doing my lecture while I was traveling, and I brought my mouse. I brought my wireless mouse, and what I believed to be the dongle for this wireless mouse, and it wasn't the right one. I brought my Bluetooth dongle instead of my mouse dongle, so I didn't have a mouse, and so I was sort of like, I don't think I can do this without a mouse. So it's maybe kind of a lame excuse. So hopefully you maybe took a peek at the link I posted to a lecture from last year about animating faces. With this, we're going to I will also talk further about animating faces in this supplement. So this video will be a little bit more about animating faces, and we'll talk about your assignment 2, which is to animate a face. Now, before we go into that, I want to just look at the schedule because because I had to cancel our Zoom this week. I'm going to push the deadlines for assignment 1 and assignment 2 an additional week. So, taking a look at the schedule. So we did not do a Zoom here. Now, and actually, so also because we weren't able to meet in person this week, I asked you to submit your progress on assignment 1, and I have recorded a video for each of you that submitted something on D2L. So if you go to your assignment on D2L and look at the feedback, I have posted a private link for each of you of me just talking about your project for a couple minutes. If you have questions or further things you'd like to share with me and you want me to look at, I'm happy to do that. Also, if you want to set up a one-on-one Zoom with me this week, just let me know when you can. I'm available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, and I will make myself available to you if you'd like to speak further about this. Just I want to make sure that everybody gets all the opportunities they want since we weren't able to Zoom this past week. Okay, now looking at our schedule, assignment 1 was going to be due this coming Thursday, but I'm going to give you an additional week just because I want to make sure that you're not feeling pressured and worried because we didn't meet this week. Also, assignment 2 was going to be due on the 13th here. We've got a week off for MEA, so it was actually due for the 27th. So I'm pushing that one back technically 2 weeks, but I'm pushing it back 1 class week. But then the rest is going to still continue to be the same. So you may feel a little bit of a crunch later on, but you'll have an MEA week, and you can still continue to. Many of you are pretty close to done with your assignment 1, so it shouldn't be an issue, and you can jump right into assignment 2. But I'm just pushing the deadlines back an additional week for each of these, so you can rest or hopefully not feel too much pressure. Okay, so this is a free character that Blender has provided, and I downloaded, and you can use the link below to download it from me if you want, or if you want to dig around on the Blender website, it's on there, but you can download it at the link below. Also in there is, if you use the link, a audio file, and both of these are optional for doing assignment 1, but if so, you can find your own character or own head and face to animate. You can find your own movie clip to animate or audio clip to animate, but I'm getting ahead of myself. So anyway, first we're just going to look at the rain rig here. So this has already been done by Blender professionals. So with our rain rig selected here, I suppose I can be in object mode. Actually, no. Let's select the rain rig here, and we can go into pose mode. Oh shoot, hold on. Okay, I accidentally like hit all of the things here. So if you have the rig selected here, you can go to your object data properties and you click through the layers here, and you can hold down the shift key. I should turn on. There it is. This guy. So you can kind of see what I'm doing. Hold down the shift key and you can select multiple layers here, and you can see all the things that are happening here in um, this rig. It's quite detailed. So you don't need to use all of these things, but they are available to you. And this might be like a cool thing to just kind of play around with. Maybe you don't want to use it for the face animation assignment, but this would be cool to see kind of all the things that can be done with the rig. So like for example, her necktie here has something going on here, so you can animate the necktie, and like even her ponytail has a thing going on. So lots happening here. Like it's like a fully fleshed out character. If you're in the if you're in the animation class, or sorry, if you're in the modeling class too, you might be interested in checking out the mesh that's being used. Like here's another thing too, like the eyes. So this is the eye control here. So you can like G move this around and it's gonna move the eyes. You also have individual control of the eyes, so you can have her be cross-eyed. So this is a great example of like a fully formed rig and lots of things that you can do. Okay, so hopefully you took a peek at the lecture from last year about shape keys and animating faces. If you didn't, I'll catch you up really quickly. But I will say that this is how Rain is set up is a little bit more advanced and a little bit more complicated. So if you see this and you're like, oh, this is maybe too much, I'll also just link you back to the thing from last semester or last fall. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back to object mode and I'm gonna click on her head, Rain's head here, and you can see in the object data properties there's a lot of shape keys. And actually, you know what I should do is I should go back to our rig and maybe turn off some of these layers. Maybe those are fine. The one I don't want is just like all of the ones on her face. Which one is that? That one, no. Come on, none of those. Any of these? Any of these? Okay, I think we're in here somewhere. Okay, that's fine. All right, so sorry, object data properties. So back into object mode, I'm clicking on her head, and I'm looking at the shape keys. Now, most of these are purple, these shape keys. And just a reminder, a shape key is like keying different parts of the mesh in different positions. So that you can do this doesn't have to be just faces. You can do this with literally anything. Like if you have a door that you modeled, you can have a shape key that's like door closed and door open. So it's like a value from 0 to 1. That's like, this is what it looks like when it's closed, and this is what it looks like when it's open. So for example, so here's lips adjust. If I change this value, you can see that, and it's very subtle because the creators of this rig have added lots of features. But if I change the value of this to 1 and 0, you can see like the lips just kind of like purse just a tiny bit. Are there any other things? Lips puff upper. Let's see if I can change this one. What this does. So you can see that, oh yep, there's like a little puff up on the top here. Lip puff lower, yeah. So you can animate any of these values to have her say specific letters and words. Now, okay, so now any of these that are purple, if you try to change it, it'll say like, what are you doing? Can't edit driven number value. See graph editor for driver setup. So this is a very advanced technique. But basically, this is it's sort of like also adding armature pieces for these kinds of controls. So you can see that there's a lot of these controls directly around her mouth. So what you could do if you didn't want to like if you're experimenting, well, let's just see. Let me find a good one. Head, cheek puff, lips wide, smile. Let's do this one. So so if I wanted to just change this value for smile, I can't because it's attached to one of these things. But what I can do is I can right click here and say delete driver. And so just kind of, I'm just showing you that as an example. And now if I change, oh, and it's smile left. So it's smile left and a smile right. If you change the value here, you can see that like she starts to get a little bit of the smile line. You can animate these things like that individually. Now, what I'll recommend that you do, if you're going to use the rain rig, leave the drivers alone. And actually, what you can do is just use the controls on the rig. So if we go back to rain rig, you can go to pose mode, and now you have control over a lot of these things. But again, it's a very, very detailed rig. So like you've got these ones are like, well, I guess these ones here are like the eyelids closing. Like this. And so you'll notice that like with the eyelids specifically that it's on rails. It's like you can't like pull it out. You can't like pull out her eyelid. So that like this is an example of a rig that's been done correctly. So and like with the eyelid specifically, you can see that these yellow ones grab a few of these kind of smaller blue handles. So you can really have like very detailed control over each of these things, but there's also like pieces further down the line that give you greater control. So like some of these things I'm still oh yeah, so this is like cheek movement. This one kind of yellow handle controls all of these other kind of smaller things. So I think in general the yellow ones are for, oh, there's her teeth in there. The yellow ones are for larger movements. The blue ones are for like really refined controls. So like these ones are kind of to like scrunch up her nose a little bit. Whoa. And like looking at the mouth here. So like I believe this one down here, this yellow one is for open. Nope, not that one. How do we grab the lower lip? Oh, I think it's this one here. Yep. So like this is opening the mouth. And this one is like curling the lips. But then you also could have individual control of all of these things. So you may experiment with this a little bit. This is a very detailed rig. I think if we move this one up. She's grimacing a little bit. And then I believe this is how, yeah, you can actually open the teeth too, so that like her mouth is moving all together. So, and actually, you know what, maybe even like the chin down here will open up everything. Yeah. So if you grab the chin, it's moving like the whole jaw here. So you can really just do it like this. Rah, 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 rah. So then, okay. So let's say we actually want to animate this a little bit. Maybe just turn on auto keying. I'm just in my timeline editor here. And just say open and closed. So she's, and this one didn't do anything there. There you go. Open. Yeah. Okay, but let me undo those. Okay, so let's talk about how you will do this for assignment 1. Okay, so here's your assignment 2. Face animation. Animate a face for at least 5 seconds, matching it to audio. You can use the Rain rig and Nolan voiceover if you'd like. And here's a Dropbox link, or a Google Drive link to download a couple things. You can also use or create another face or audio clip of your choosing. So I have provided the bare minimum for you to get this done. But like if you wanna have fun with it, maybe you can find like a movie clip from your favorite movie or like a line from your favorite movie that you want to use the audio from or whatever. Or if you want to record your own voice line, that's fine too. You do not need to animate the rest of the body if there is one. Um, so again, you can use the rain rig. The rain rig is has a lot of detail, and I'll kind of show you a little bit more of it now as I walk through sort of a quick example. Um, or you can like go back to the super basic one that I modeled last week. You'll just have to model it yourself, or not last week, but the one from the previous semester. If you watched that lecture that I linked before. This is worth 15 points. It's 10 points for having your face animation match the audio, and 3 points for rendering a video with audio, and I'll show you that too. And then 2 points for non-time submission. So again, the grading is kind of ambiguous, meaning it's kind of easy, but there's a lot of room to like kind of push yourself a little bit to try to do something really cool. So if you follow this Google Drive link, there's 2 files in here. There's Face Animation VO and RainRig Blender, so you can download these things if you'd like. Let me save and close that assignment. Now, animating a face. So actually, I was just playing with this a little bit further, and there's a lot of great controls in here. So like you can even animate her like face a little bit like this. You can have her hair curl. Maybe don't do that one. But like here, you can kind of like have her like be like. You can give her ponytail some personality too. You know. Anyway, undo. Okay. So let's talk about adding in the audio. So, Blender, and you've seen this before, but Blender has a sort of video editing function to it, and it's called the sequencer. And that's how previously we've turned image sequences into video clips. But you can also add audio. So how I'll show you how to do it here. So I'm in the layout view right now, and I've got just the timeline editor on the bottom. I'm going to make some more room here. If I put my mouse in the very bottom left, you can see it turns into like a little target if you put your mouse in the corner here. This is to like add a new workspace window, so I'm going to drag this up here. And just a reminder to close these. You can do the same thing, and you can kind of combine 2 windows, and the one that's dark, so when you hold down your mouse and hover over these windows, the one that's dark is the one that'll go away. So it'll kind of collapse them together. But anyway, oops, I did that one the wrong way. Do this, please. I want it to come up from the bottom. Nope. Don't do that. Let's go like this. Okay, here we go. And so I've got my timeline editor here, and I want to change this bottom one to the sequencer. So I'm going to hit the little thing here, and under general, I want video sequencer. Okay. Now I'm going to add the audio clip. So I'm going to go to add. I'm going to go to sound, and then I'm going to find the voiceover file and face animation VO. Add sound strip. Okay. So now if I play this.
Hello. Check out my face animation.
Okay. I'm realizing that it may be like doubled up for you. You maybe heard it extra loud, but anyway. That is how you can do that. So the other thing too, and I'm the kind of person who likes to see the waveform, so like the levels. So with your mouse in the window here in the sequencer, you can hit N to bring up these tools, and under sound, there's display waveform. So you can check that box and hit N again, and that'll go away. And so you can see exactly where the audio is here. The other thing too, you are probably hearing me scrub over it. So actually, I believe that's not turned on by default. So actually, let me do this. Turn this down.
Hello. Check out my face animation.
Um,
Ha ha. Not funny.
okay, so that's my stupid VO example that I did.
He-
So by default, if you as you drag your playhead over this, it probably isn't gonna preview the audio. So this setting is only in the timeline editor here, but under playback, there's a couple of things here, and you want to turn on scrubbing. So as you scrub your mouse over it,
Check out my face animation.
you can hear it. So, and now you're off to the races. So, the there's like several different methods and styles for animating faces. Um, there's obviously the hyper realistic, that every sound has a different mouth shape. And then there's like the South Park, just like every sound has just the mouth opening. Or like isn't that what the people from Canada do? They're just like, you know what I mean. And then there's everything in between. So the you have to kind of maybe pick a style that you want to go for. I think for this assignment, try to get as much accuracy as you can. But you'll learn, and you can see through research that like a lot of different sounds have the same mouth shape. That there's really only like ooh and e and ah, um, and like teeny tiny variations of that. So really, if you have like four different um, kind of positions for for your face, you can get most of it done. So let's talk about how I do this with rain. So, and actually this might be a little bit annoying if I do it like this. Oh, I think I need to have this here too.
Hello.
But let me just do hello. So like hello starts out with like a smile like he, and then is the tongue, and then oh hello. So and I should also say that like looking at a reference for this is totally helpful, including like just like pull out your cell phone and record yourself saying the line and see what your mouth is doing. Hello. That's gonna make it way easier for you. So I'm actually gonna turn off audio scribbing because it might get a little bit annoying because I think I kind of got it. Um, so starting with rain here. Let's we're just gonna I've got auto keying on, and I'm just gonna go for it. So he is sort of like a smile. So I'm gonna you know what? I'm also gonna turn on the symmetry. So don't forget you can do that too because it'll match what's going on the other side. So I'm gonna like do this. I'm gonna open up the top of the mouth a little bit, and actually it's maybe a little bit too much of a creepy smile. Oops, didn't mean to grab that. So I probably have like too much of my rig turned on. I bet if I went through these layers, I might be able to turn some of these things off that I'm not gonna use. But I think for now, I think I'll just leave it on. So right here, and I want these things to close as well. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna kind of move this down, and move this back in. So this is like creating a little bit of a difference here. So it's he, he,
Hello.
he, and then So we got to get our tongue out of here somehow. So I might just need to like open her mouth a little bit like this, and then grab her tongue. I think one of these will control the tongue. Yeah, here we go. So let me. I probably need to go to the side view like this and grab the tongue. Oh, and so the tongue wasn't keyed before, so I also need to like put the tongue back in. Because I don't want her to like have her tongue out. So I'm gonna bring the tongue in. Oops, and I should go to my side view. Put the tongue away. So it might be happening a little bit too fast.
Hello.
So I should open up my summary here. And actually, maybe I change this to the dope sheet. BB tongue. Yeah, I think maybe action or a timeline editor makes the most sense. So let me spread apart my tongue keyframes a little bit. Tongue. Running out of real estate here on my screen. Actually, I can make this one smaller and zoom in a little bit. There we go. I really like to see the waveform. Maybe it is just like all of these things. Just spread these out. Hello. I'm gonna turn on scrubbing again.
Hello.
So yeah, we need the to be coming out a lot faster.
Hello.
And then by here we got to be at O. So I'm gonna move all these things back. The tongue goes back in, and then this, and then we gotta kind of make an O shape here. So I want to grab this one. O.
Hello.
And then the lips will probably get a little smaller like this. So I'll probably grab the bottom lip. GZ. Oops. Why is Z in that direction? Hello. And so like, yeah, maybe I puff the cheeks out a little bit. And, I feel like this part of the lip has got to come in a little bit, or maybe this one here.
Ooh, hello.
And so that's the other big thing is as you're keying things, or as you're using different parts of the face to add keys, um, those things maybe didn't have keys previously. So if you're doing something crazy like bringing the cheeks out, and you hadn't done it before, then the cheeks are just all the way out. So you just kind of be careful.
Ooh, hello.
But I think just working very quickly, I got it.
Hello.
I sort of got a hello. So, and if you're wanting to take this a little further, um, you can add a little bit more personality. So like once you kind of get things in the right spot, you can have her kind of like, well, that one doesn't do anything, but you can have her, well, that's that. Gotta turn her head a little bit. So maybe she kind of goes, hello.
Ooh,
And her jaw kind of does like kind of a cartoon.
hello. Hello.
Or maybe her head turns sideways like this.
Ooh, hello.
Or maybe she's like looking around like this. Or maybe she goes, hello. I don't know. So, have fun with it. We're just kind of practicing how this works. Because obviously, like this is a big part of animation. For some people, that like animating characters and doing faces, it can be and is oftentimes tedious work. Which is why a lot of times now, uh, you see, like even in video games, in Hollywood, that they'll do motion tracking on people's faces. They'll get an actor to actually like act out the lines with motion tracking balls on their face, and they'll plop that in rather than actually having an animator animate the face. Um, But anyway, I think that's all I wanted to say for this. So you can get started on assignment 2 once you've finished your assignment 1. But anyway, please email me if you have questions. Like I said, I'm available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Um, so I can connect with you if you'd like. But otherwise, happy animating and good luck. Oh, okay. Let me just say this one thing. Um, so I mentioned rendering out your animation with audio. So if you were to, so because we have this in the sequencer, if you were to render this out right now, so let me just go like, let me just do this real fast. Output. I want frame 1 to frame
Oh,
60. You can also change the resolution too, so you can go make it smaller. 720 by 1280. 1280 by 720. No, I did it backwards. 1280, 720. There we go. Do I have a camera in here? Shift. Oops. Back into object mode. Shift A. You gotta have a camera, obviously. There we go. Okay. Render preview. Do I need a light in here? Oh, I'm missing textures. That's fine. Okay, so let me render this out really fast. So just with the audio in here, if you render out a video, output, I want FFmpeg, and I want encoding, change it to MP4. Cool. And do render animation. And actually, let me cancel this because I want it to be. I need to change my. Let's just do EV. Let's change the samples to my render samples to like 16. Okay, now this should be pretty fast. Render animation, go. Four, five, six, seven. Okay, we're only doing 60 frames. Um, this should have the audio with it. Now, if you render out an image sequence, if you've got something that's complicated and it's going to be kind of a long render, you can still render out an image sequence and then just add your image sequence into this sequencer down here with your audio file and then render that out as a video file. So you can do it the exact same way. You put the image sequence on the sequencer and then you just also have your audio file on there and it'll combine them together and make it happen, Captain. Okay, so let's see where this actually went. Okay, it went to my temp folder. Hold on. Let's see if I can find this. Temp. Here it is. Oh, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh, and there's there's Mason's animation. Hold on. Okay, in your output you need to have audio turned on. So right now it says audio codec, no audio. I do want audio. Choose whatever. MP3 is a compressed one. That's fine. Okay, and then let's try it again. Render animation. Okay, and with that, it's done rendering through the use of movie magic. Let me open this up.
hello.
Okay,
Hello.
cool.
Hello.
All right, that's not annoying. Okay, so yeah, you just have to make sure that in your output settings, or your output properties, in the output under output, that under video you have selected one of these things and not no audio. So then it'll include the audio. Okay, now it's the end. Now it's over. Good luck. All the same stuff I just said a couple minutes ago. Toodaloo. Goodbye.